What's up everybody, it's me E-Man from E-Man's Movie Reviews. If you haven't heard the news by now, Warner Brothers is looking to do yet another Joker movie starring Jared Leto. And today I'm going to cover both the pros and the cons of having all these Joker movies. I mean, this could be a very good move for DC, or it could be a disaster. You can be the judge coming up next. If you haven't already, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button, and while you're at it, click on that little bell too. Now, if you happen to be wondering what I meant by another Joker movie, well, this isn't the first Joker movie that's been announced. So let me catch you up on what Warner Brothers and DC may have in store for you with the Joker and all these possible movies. First up, we know we're getting a Suicide Squad 2 with Jared Leto's Joker coming back. Supposedly, Joker is going to be the main villain this time around. Then, news recently broke that Jared Leto was going to get his own Joker movie that was going to be a standalone film. As a matter of fact, Jared Leto is also going to be an executive producer on the film, and my guess is that it's just a way for Warner Brothers to make up for cutting so many of his scenes in Suicide Squad. Follow that up with the Joker origin story that may star Joaquin Phoenix, produced by Martin Scorsese, and directed by the Hangover director Todd Phillips. And then yet another Joker movie is proposed, but this time this is going to be a Joker and Harley Quinn movie. I don't know, that may be some type of sick, twisted romantic comedy or something. Now, I think I've covered the major films that will have Joker involved, but that's just going off of the information we have for now. Harley Quinn is supposed to have her own movie too, and I wouldn't be surprised if they threw the Joker in there just because. Anyway, now that I've got you all caught up, let's go over the pros and cons of having all these Joker-related movies. Feel free to chime in with your thoughts in the comments down below on whatever pros and cons you can think of too. All right, let's start with the cons. Con number one. All these Joker movies might not help people get over the DCEU movies that we recently have seen. After a lot of mixed opinions and reception by critics and audiences alike, the last thing that DC and WB want to do is continue on with the same characters that were associated with those movies. I think that if DC wants to win back the side of the audience who were left with a sour taste in their mouths, then the last thing to do is to give them more of the same with more sequels. Con number two. All these Joker movies are only gonna poke the huge elephant in the room. Where's Batman during all of this? If Leto's Joker is going to have such a prominent role in all these DC movies, then does that mean Ben Affleck's Batman is here to stay? Affleck's been going back and forth with his position on whether he'll be Batman for what seems like years now. So I think a natural concern will be, how much Joker will we be getting that will only cause us to wonder even more about Batman? If you're gonna have a standalone movie about Joker, I think it's a little counterproductive if all we're gonna do is have more questions about Batman. Kind of draws the attention away from the actual character of Joker. Con number three. All these Joker movies can probably get a little confusing for average moviegoers. If you're a fan of the amazing DC animated films, or even just comic books in general, then the idea of a multiverse, or alternate realities, or different versions of the same characters aren't really a big deal. However, I think that your average moviegoer may get a little confused when they see Joaquin Phoenix's origin story as the Joker, but then they see Jared Leto, and who knows whatever else DC and WB will throw our way. Comic book readers are a small niche compared to the general movie-going audience. And let's just be honest here, the best comic book movies are the ones that can appeal to both comic and non-comic fans alike. Right now, it would appear as though WB and DC are trying to have their cake and eat it too by having standalone films and a shared cinematic universe all at the same time. It's just doing too much. Con number four. All these Joker movies, they're just overkill. In my opinion, this is way too much Joker, and it ruins the mystery and intrigue that makes Joker unique. One thing that's always made the Joker so cool was how he was one of the few villains to really challenge Batman. Not only that, by giving us Joker in limited doses, it only made audiences want to see him more. However, I think you can liken the character of Joker with your favorite food. It's great great when you have some of it, but when you overindulge in it, that food just might end up making you sick. Con number 5. Having too many Joker movies might have us sympathize and actually understand the Joker. When I think of villains this could work for, I think of what Marvel did with Thanos, or Killmonger, or one day maybe even a Doctor Doom. Joker, on the other hand, not so much. I don't know about you, but I think one of the coolest things about the Joker is that we can't figure him out. He defies logic and reason in his own sick and twisted way. Not to mention the fact that his unpredictability is what makes him truly terrifying, even to other criminals. If we have some movies showing us that he's really just a sad clown gone crazy or something like that, then I think it will just ruin his entire appeal. Okay, that's enough negativity. Now let's move on to the pros on how some of these Joker movies might actually be a good move for DC. Pro number 1. Standalone movies are safer. I actually like the idea of a standalone movie because it's a self-contained situation. The story doesn't have to depend on any other movie's success or failure. Plus, it gets the chance to tell its own story in a much more efficient way. It can be one movie or even a trilogy. Standalone movies may be the best move for Warner Brothers and DC because the shared universe model that they tried is kind of a mess. Standalones certainly work for the Nolan trilogy, so maybe it could work with the Joker too. Pro number 2. You can keep things fresh. An added benefit for doing Joker movies as standalones is that we can get a different take on the character or stories. The movies will have the freedom to have different actors play the role and/or different directors too. This could potentially avoid the situation of putting all your eggs in one basket based on a singular vision. Both Marvel and DC have learned that this may not always be the best. Pro number 3. Keep a low budget. It was recently reported that the origin Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix was only going to have a budget of $55 million. That's a really significant dip compared to Justice League, which cost them about $300 million, or even Wonder Woman, which was their lowest budgeted movie at the time, at only $150 million. So the benefit here is that it's a low risk, high reward situation for keeping the budget so low. If a low budget Joker movie fails, then you're not going to lose that much money. If it succeeds, then you have room to grow down the line. If it does even $200 million in the box office, then that's a huge profit and a win for the movie studios. And getting $200 million, if not more, is not going to be that hard to do. So going low budget with these Joker movies can definitely work in DC's favor. Pro number 4. An interesting and compelling story. A really good story fixes a lot. I think that if we must have a standalone Joker movie, then probably one of the best stories you could tell would be A Death in the Family. I think that in Batman v Superman, that was probably one of the best things that really piqued my interest when it came to Leto's Joker. Show us what happened from the Joker's perspective. Bring in a new Robin and show us how he died. Then, if you really want to take things up a notch, show us the Red Hood coming after Joker. That would be a pretty awesome movie, I think. And a bonus would be you don't even really have to show Batman either. All right, now pro number 5. You know, I really wanted to make this video a much more balanced list of pros and cons, but I'm really struggling to figure out how this route that DC is taking with all these Joker movies is a good idea. So maybe you all can help me out. If you can think of any positives or pros as to why having all these Joker movies is a good idea, please let me know your thoughts in the comments, because I am struggling. I cannot understand why DC wants to do this. I understand the fact that some people, including Leto himself, felt shortchanged with all the cuts that the studio made to his performance in Suicide Squad. On the other hand, I also understand that some people simply don't care to see any more stuff connected to all the Snyder-related DC movies. What do you think about the news of Jared Leto's Joker coming back to the big screen so many times? Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I've got some interesting videos that you all won't want to miss out on, and they're going to be coming up really soon. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.